Hello everybody, and welcome to today's thing. Now what's today's thing? Given that I upload on this channel once every, I think, 500 days, I wanted to do a little something after realizing that with the Nintendo Switch Online soon, having Virtual Console for the Nintendo 64 as well as the Sega Genesis, this would be a good opportunity to showcase a couple kind of fun features that I was thinking about with what the Nintendo Online combined with Nintendo hardware can do. Now here we have the Nintendo Switch Online Super Nintendo menu, which we're going to mess around with because I want to show you a couple kind of cool things that I was thinking we could do here in the future with our Switch native hardware and Nintendo Switch Online, what that allows us to do in terms of the multiplayer gaming experience. Now, nearly every multiplayer game is going to have you taking turns playing together. You're going to be sharing the screen together. You know, whether it's a beat 'em up or anything of the sort, a two-player, a wrestling game, Stunt Race FX, or a racing game such as this. However, a couple games such as Stunt Race FX and maybe just Super Mario Kart might be sort of at the forefront of what we want to do here. So, as many of you know, and hopefully you do, and if you don't, here's a little trick, here's a little secret. Double-clicking the home button will zoom in your system's screen. Now, what's cool about this is if you decided that you wanted to play multiplayer with a friend online, there's literally nothing else that you have to do. There's literally, other than having a second controller, which, hey, by virtue of two Joy-Cons you can do, but if you're playing online with somebody, we can make a fun little shortcut the way that we used to do when we played, say, Goldeneye. Maybe some of you did this, maybe some of you didn't. But did you ever want to cover your opponent's screen so they couldn't see you and you couldn't see them, just for the sake of being fun? Well, now if you zoom in, you can essentially give yourself a full screen instance with which to play your game. So, what that looks like is basically this. And so you can zoom in and essentially give yourself full screen capabilities. The zoom function's kind of neat. You double click home to disable it, double click it to zoom in. X and Y will zoom out. You can choose certain portions of the screen wherever you'd like it to go. So go ahead and just match it up and see where this takes you. But hey, give yourself the grace of favor and enjoy a full screen Mario Kart experience just because. And if your opponent is playing two players online, you can each sort of mash it up this way, talk with each other on your Discord servers, and kind of keep it, I don't know, a little bit fresh, a little bit scary. But moreover, here's what's extra important. With the Nintendo 64 showing up, we're going to have access to a lot of multiplayer games that are 4-player split screen. Obviously, we're going to have a handful, well, everything's also going to be 2 players, but 4 players is going to be where it's at. So does this still work? As you can see, kind of. You're going to be a little bit more cramped in terms of how you sort of scoot your space around, having to zoom in and out accordingly, and maybe trying to crop off the one of the corners, one of the directions off to the side. But, you know, Goldeneye might seem unlikely, but we'll probably get something along the lines of Perfect Dark. We're going to get things like Diddy Kong Racing, almost assuredly, some of the multiplayer modes from Donkey Kong 64 or Banjo-Tooie even. But there's going to be a lot of really great stuff showing up on the Virtual Console, Nintendo 64, and Nintendo Switch Online that gives us the ability to sort of mess with things like this just because. So what do you think? Does it seem like something you're going to mess around with and sort of feel the effects of yesteryear when it came to finding creative ways to do multiplayer with friends? I don't have a setup here to show you, but something that we used to do was to daisy chain the RF splitters to go one TV in one room, one TV in another room, cover the bottom of one and the top of another with like a towel or something. And like, it was just a fun way to do things, you know, just a kind of a fun alternative. It was, you know, kind of blurry and nasty at the time. We were doing things like Conker's, Bad Fur Day, the Beach mode, Goldeneye, of course, Perfect Dark, a lot of stuff like that, just because, just to try it out, just to see if we could. So I don't expect too many people will want to use this, but at the same time, it's kind of a cool way to just sort of breathe a little bit of life into it. What do you think? Let me know, and hopefully someday soon I'll make another video. Until next time.